get some liquid clear. We're going to use this on a black canvas, as you can see. There's a little bit of smudge of chalk right there. That won't bother anything we're going to be doing, so. Get some liquid clear. I started not to paint this week because I'm painting Saturday, the art show. So I kind of have everything all cleaned up, but I just couldn't quite just not sit up. I had a lot of stuff to do on my to-do list, getting ready for the show too. But not the least of which was clean up, get my truck all cleaned up. But that's a weekly thing. A lot of things to do on my to-do list, so you know, this is what it is. I'm just kind of scrubbing this in. You don't want too much liquid clear on your canvas, or if you get too much on there, go a little further into your painting, you find your painting's all sliding down off of the canvas. Make my own liquid clear. Pretty easy to make. There's a video on my page if you want to, on how to do that, if you want to learn how to do that yourself. I like to do a lot of that kind of stuff myself because I like to control all of as many of the creative aspects as I can. I first started doing that after the publication of my first novel. I realized that what the publisher said went, "Hey, Carolyn." So I wanted a little bit more creative control than that. So after my third book, I got back the rights to my all my copyright stuff back under my control. So I control the guy that does my artwork, although I don't really control too much of that. I kind of let Brian do what he wants to do. Hey, Sonny! Alright, so we're just going to do, I don't know, let's turn this way. Maybe let's do something in portrait mode. I haven't done anything in portrait mode in a while. Alright, we're just going to do a little nighttime scene. The first part of this, I don't know if you'll be able to see very much. I don't understand. Alright, well, these two cameras give me an error message, but can you guys see it okay? Let me know if you can't. Alright, so I got a little bit too much. Too much. I don't want too much. Now the first part of this, we're just going to add some transparent color to this black canvas. Okay, good. Thank you. Alright, so as I was saying, we got an art show coming up. And so I'm going to start off here with a little bit of just alizarin crimson kind of, let's see, starting right here. Let's just kind of brush them in here, every which way. Not a lot of coloring. I want to put a good bit of color down, but just put that in. Kind of let it blend out that way. And then, tell you what, next color, I think. I think I'll add a bit of the how's the sound? Is the sound okay? I kind of adjusted my mic to a different spot today, so. Alright, so this is some phthalo blue. I'm just going to kind of pour some phthalo blue in here, a couple other places, and around. Picked a smaller canvas today because I'm kind of starting later, so I didn't want to wait. I don't want to get too much going on. So I got some pretty good ideas, some things to go on with this thing. All right, put some phthalo blue down there, and a little bit more out this way, perhaps. Can you guys even see that color? I guess you can see it a little bit, can't you? All right, so let's clean the brush one more time. We'll play around with this a little bit. I have got a gob of titanium white over here on my Alright, so I'm just going to add some satin green along with this liquid clear right here on the edges and kind of blend it with that blue a little bit. Alright, so it's kind of makes some mountains in the middle here, so the color's not too important in that part. Are any of you guys in the way of the hurricane? Looks like it's heading in this weekend. It'll be coming on shore just as I'm starting to paint. Alright, so let's get, I need a knife. Where'd my knife go? Here it is. Paper towel. Alright, so we're going to paint a little night scene here. There may be more than one tree, but I kind of see like a starry sky, some mountains maybe, a silhouetted tree like right here in the middle, like from here maybe down in there, some snow. I don't know. I don't know if I want any trees on this side or this side. We'll see how the mountains come out, and then we'll decide that. The tree's going to be sitting forth in the foreground. But all right, let me gather up some of this titanium white. Spread that out on my easel palette. On my palette. I've been working with a new easel. This is not my new easel. I have a new easel to take to the show, and I have easels on my mind. Easels on my mind. All right. All right. So let's start showing up some of this color. And on this black canvas, I kind of let it get darker toward the edges, but I keep wanting to keep pulling it out there. And I pick up that green. Now I'll switch over to this side. So we haven't put any more paint on there since we first put the white on there. Just kind of blend that in there. Alright. Just clean the brush. Hey Rosemary, how are you guys today? I'm gonna try not to make an entire mess out of my studio painting this picture today, although I usually do. But I still got a little bit of. Alright, let's pick this one up. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more white, like right here in the middle. Alright, and I kind of want to start blending it out. I'm doing fine. I was saying earlier I spent most of the morning working on my pickup truck. I have a Silverado. My Silverado is very near and dear to me, so I spend a lot of time keeping my truck all cleaned up and shiny. Alright, so let's put... That looks pretty deep. I want to add a little bit more movement out here. Maybe a little bit more movement. Maybe a little more like that. A little bit more white out here. Add some more movement out this way. We'll just kind of swirl that in there. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. So I'm scrubbing this fairly hard. So I'm blending it. And then toward the end, I'm just kind of lightly touching the brush. Alright. Okay. Yep, Corey, it's oils. Traditional oils. Wet on wet technique. So we'll paint this whole thing from beginning to end before we get done. Alright, so hang on just a second. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, so I want to put some stars in the sky. I want most of the stars to be kind of right along this edge, but so a few in the middle. There's some out this, and then, you know, kind of going out that way. But I want those stars, most of them, to be in color, or to be of color. So let's get. So I'm just going to take one of my super fancy little paper plates, and I'm just going to put a little bit of linseed on it. I could use. I think I will use that. I think I'll use liquid clear instead. Now, in case you're wondering why, I've got liquid clear on there, and liquid clear and linseed oil don't get along very well, even though it's the mineral spirits portion of it that reacts rather violently. So, alright, so let's just mix up a color. Let's start off with you know, let's just start off with some white sky, with some white stars. Put them in there first. So let me get a fan brush. I'll use this big old gal. She's pretty flexible. It's a number 8 fan brush. So let's just pick that up. Let's kind of mix. I want this to be almost like ink, but not quite like ink. Yeah. All right. Now let's flick some stars up here in the sky. A few on that side, but more on up here in the middle. I don't want to put them all in there because there we go. All right. Now I'm just going to take that same color and tap a little bit of alizarin crimson into that. Just to add a little bit of pink to that. So I'll put a few pink stars up here. And then let's clean the brush. I'll clean my finger off. Oh, somebody was saying, I missed the comment. Hang on a second. Yeah, I know my head gets in the way. I have a big old head. There's not too much I can do about it because I have to kind of relearn how to paint if I was to look at what I'm painting. Let's just flick a couple of blue stars out here. Alright, let me look at that for a second. We might put a streamer star across there later, but I'm not quite feeling it right now. Alright, let's put some mountains in here. Now these mountains are not going to be my usual El Giganto mountains. They're not going to be because the focus is going to be on the silhouetted tree, I think. So we got a few stars down here in the front. That's okay because that's all going to turn into snow before we get done. Alright, so let's get some. It's like a little bit of mountain mixture up here. The mountain mixture is really just alizarin crimson and Prussian blue mixed together. And it might even, well, it's really most of that. There might be a little bit of Van Dyke brown put in there too. Alright. We've got a bead of paint here. Let's see. Let's put those mountains down here smaller because I want them to be small. Alright, but this one over here can be kind of big. Can you guys see that? Okay, I'm trying to get my head out of the way. So, you know, we're covering up some of the stars we just put on there, but it's okay because we know they're back there. We know they're back there. We'll just kind of let this mountain range drift off here to the side. We'll have this mountain probably come in front of both of those, and then let's just kind of move across here. So I'm kind of scrubbing this paint in pretty hard into the canvas. You can hear it probably. Hey Jim, how are you today? Welcome to our little paint gig here. My buddy Anthony's been off of the air for most of this week, but we've ascertained that he's okay, so that's good. But we meant to get a little bit more painting done this week while he was gone and try to keep people entertained, but we didn't really have time. Usually I have more time on my hands, but this week has been very busy. Alright, so let's put one big right here. And when you're scrubbing this in, it's really the only time you want your finger to be on the blade of the knife. Kind of scrubbing it in there. Oh yeah, let's put another one back there behind that. That looks good. Or, I don't know. It looks good to me. I hope it looks good to y'all. Alright, so there we go. Let's clean the knife. Good, good. Glad to hear it. It's starting to turn a little bit autumny here, although I think it's supposed to be 85 on Saturday. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to today, instead of using my 1-inch brush, I'm going to use my fan brush just to kind of shape these mountains into what I want them to be. So I want this to kind of come out this way. Yeah. And then that one there. It's just a little one back there. We may not even add any highlight to that. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just cleaning out the brush. I don't really care too much what's going on down here just yet. But you can see how with this brush you can kind of shape. You can change it as much as you want. So you've got like this slope coming down here, right? If you wanted to, you could just move it and shorten it like that. Make the mountain come around this way and go back around that way. It's not how I want it though, so I'll just put it back. Alright, so let's bring this down. All we really care about, when we first put that down, is getting the edge out. Like here will be like that, and then maybe we'll curve that around. So have kind of like a cliff face over on that side. It's like, what the heck is sticking on my arm? It's my microphone. Alright, so. And then this part. Just a little bit. Alright. So now we're ready for some highlights. But like I say, this mountain range here, you're not even going to see it too much because there's going to be a tree right down the middle. Alright, so let's, at least that's my plan. You know guys, those of you who watch me know that plans change as we go. So we go with what we get. Alright, so let's get a little bit of titanium white, and then just a tad bit of red, a little bit of lizard crimson, just a tad. And we'll start with this guy over here. Yeah, I don't think I have enough paint to do that. There we go. Alright, let's start with this guy. So now, when you're painting these mountains down, you want to make sure that you do not put your finger on the top of this brush, on top of this knife, because if you do, you're going to get like the peanut butter effect. This is going to be a big smear. So just let the paint, you can almost feel it, just let the paint do what it wants to do. Let it stay. It'll give back what it wants. It'll keep get back what it doesn't want. It'll keep what it wants. All right, so I need to make up some more of that paint though. All right, so a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little more of those crimson. So let's do this side. This part we're going to have to do with the side of the knife because it's too small. Maybe just a touch of the knife right back in here on this part. Not too much, it's pretty far back there. But still, we might be able to see it. We might be able to see it. Alright. Carry it on. For this side, we want to do something a little different. We're going to think about how I want to do that for a second. Because it's not on the highlight side, but there would be some highlight on that cliff face. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's kind of, tell you what, let's just start off with this. We're just going to kind of start off bringing it straight down, like this. Then we'll bring a little bit of white to that. We've already got a little bit of blue mixed in there. So let's bring a little bit of white down. Alright, now let's move to let's mix up a little bit of this opposite color. This should really start to make them pop up there. Move to the small edge of the knife, just to put this a little bit of touch here, a little bit of touch there. I think maybe we'll put, like here, maybe we'll put a glacier coming forward right in there. All right. Okay. All right, let me turn my palette around to the other way. Let's start off and deal with this glacier a little bit. So let's get some white. There we go. All right. That'll do for a start. Just to kind of lay the landscape in there. Hey Sheila Sensei, my daughter's bestest buddy. All right. I'm gonna blend the snow just a little bit. I'm gonna soften it, push it on back up in there. Soften it, soften it. And I'm also going to push this around kind of smooth it. There we go. Alright. Let's think about this tree. Alright, so we want to put a silhouetted tree in here. I'm thinking maybe we should, usually I would do that last, but I think I'll do it first. So let's mix up, we'll mix up, let's see what good colors we can put up here off the palette. So mix up some alizarin crimson, some phthalo blue. Now phthalo blue is much more powerful than alizarin crimson. A lot more pigments in it. Right. I'm going to mix that up with some mountain mixture. And then slap in a good healthy chunk of sap green. And hopefully, by the time I'm done, that'll give me a nice dark color. Alright, now, so we're going to put this tree in here. We're going to put it in the foreground, so we're going to move it all the way down to here. So, kind of want it to show up from how about maybe like right here? Well, she's going to be in there now. Alright. So this brush is loaded pretty heavily, as you can see. Not a lot of loose anything on there, so hopefully you can see. I'm trying to get out of your way. It's going to make me hold my brush at kind of an odd angle to do that, but flip the brush over because I'm kind of running out of paint. Now we're kind of going over the mountain part here. That's okay, we know the mountain's back there, right? And just keep this girl coming right on down. And right on out. Let me get a little bit more paint. Alright. I'm going to go back right here and add a little bit more, just to make it a little bit darker in the middle right there on the mountain part. Okay, now let's figure out, we're going to have some trees on the side as well. So I don't want a lot of trees in there though, but just a few, because mostly I want to highlight this one tree in the middle of Christmas Town or whatever it is. So let's get a smaller fan brush. All right, so I got I think it's a number 3. Yep. All right, so I got a number 3 fan brush here, using the same color. Loading that brush up. Loading it up all the way as far as it will go. Maybe we'll put a series of trees like right here. This will be a little tricky because we're putting them right there where the mountain is, but gotta make sure we maintain our contrast. Alright, so let's be like Bob Ross, and we'll have like this tree needs a little buddy. And maybe even a third one. This tall. Da, 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 da. And then we'll have some bushes and stuff right there. Maybe bring it up this way a little bit. Yeah. Alright. Oh, da, da, da. Put another tree. This time I think I'll just, well, I don't know, maybe I'll have 2 trees. We'll see. We may have 2 trees. I can never make up my mind until I get the first tree in there, really. And this tree is going to be a little bent. I want this tree to be kind of bent a little bit. Okay, he's not too bent. So, I think I like that the way it is. So I think I'll just leave that alone for right now. Alright, but we'll probably maybe put some bushes or something, or a fence or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get down there. Okay, so let's mix up a highlight color. And actually, I think on these trees, I'm going to want to use 2 different colors of highlights, because I want to use white as one highlight, and then maybe we'll use a little bit of blue. You know, though, I think there's so much being wet on wet. I think we're going to have to loosen this paint a little bit. So hang on a second. Let me clean off my knife. And scoop up some titanium white. Move it off to this. Where's my paper thing? So I'm just going to take one of these paper plates. I'm just going to kind of put some titanium white on there. Pretty good bit, actually. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid clear on there with it. And then I'm going to just tap it. I'm going to tap it in the liquid clear. And then I'm going to push it straight down in this paint. And just kind of mix it back and forth until I get it loosened up to the dynamic I'm looking for. Alright, so what I'm looking for is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. Can you see there's those little dimples start to raise up? That kind of tells you that it's nice and liquidy. I'm not sticking it quite as much as I'd like, but let's try that. Let's see how that does. Alright, so the highlight's going to go on this side of the tree. You don't want a lot of highlight on here. Just enough. You don't want to cover up all that beautiful dark color we just put on there. And as we get down here lower, it gets darker, 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 darker. A little bit on this one. A little bit over there. A little bit on this one. Now I want to mix a little bit of blue with this color. And let's try tapping a little bit of that on there. A little on this side. And that just gives us kind of a secondary shadow in here. Alright. Okay, let's work on the smell a little bit. Another paper plate bites the dust. So we're just pushing that snow around a little bit to get the kind of landscape we want. And then we're going to put a bit of a shadow to go along with that. So we pick up a little bit of a fan brush. I'm going to pick up some of this dark color. I'll just kind of pull some of that out this way, across the snow, a little bit this way. Alright. And then we'll mix it back up with the snow a little bit. And we'll do that with another fan brush. Alright. Snow is not really that hard to deal with. But it can be. It can be complex, but it's not really all that complex. If you are having trouble hearing, one of two things is wrong. Either you don't have your sound turned up, or you do not have enough bandwidth to accept audio and video on a live stream. Just because you can hear it on other videos that are static doesn't mean you can hear it on live stream. It takes a lot more bandwidth to do that. So you might want to check that out. Alright, so let's just kind of, I don't really want to put anything else in front of this tree too much, so let's kind of brush some snow in here. I was going to put something else in the corner, but I don't. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll put something else in the corner. Let's just take some of this color and tap a bush in here, just to kind of create a vignette. Do the same thing on this side. Just doing that with a fan brush. Alright. Now I put it in with a fan brush, so I'm going to highlight it with a different brush. I think I'll highlight it with an oval brush. So let's get a little bit of linseed oil. Let's just kind of tap. They can actually use this. Bob used to do it quite often. There we go. Alright. And I kind of like it so much, I think I will kind of stick something here in front of this tree. Maybe just some bush like that. So let's just kind of. Alright. So let's just put a little bit of snow in front of that. Now I think we'll call it a day. Oh, how did I get paint all over my hand? Alright. Let me get the paint off my hand so I don't get it all over my brushes. Oh, I see what brush has it on it. Awesome. Oh well, I would say that hardly ever happens, but it doesn't. Alright, so the brush is dirty, so let's clean it. Alright. Alright, we'll blend that. That'll be good. Alright, so we got a little tree in the middle of. You ever sitting all by itself and having a good time? Just silhouette itself. Well, not really silhouetting, but kind of a lonely little sentinel out there. Alright, soften the snow back here a little bit. Alright guys, that'll be it for this week. I won't be painting on Sunday because I'm going to show, I'll be painting live on Saturday, most of the day, and part of the day on Friday. So, kind of keep watching on the page, you'll see a lot of, probably see a lot of, maybe at least half a dozen new paintings showing up there shortly. We will be at the J-Town Gaslight Festival at J-Town Hardware in front of their store. They're our sponsors this year, so we'll be there painting live. We'll have live paintings going on. We have paintings there for sale. So if you're out that way, or if you don't mind, come on by and see me. I'm glad to see you. In the meantime,